Aircraft guns went into action against unidentified aircraft in the Los Angeles area. The unidentified object required nearly 30 minutes to travel some 25 miles. Army officials declined to comment on the possibility that the object might have been a blimp.
I wish I could see this.
If this kind of thing is happening in 1942, just imagine what it's going to be like in the year 2000.
Welcome to the Petroglyphs in the Sky, the ultimate UFO show, with your host, Jeff Woolwine.
Shortly after 8 p.m., Arizona reported seeing a triangular-shaped object which greeted thousands of people. Saw more than stars in the night sky.
The mystery remains unsolved and controversial. Nothing just a black
On March the 13th, 1997, compelling accounts of various flights saved the light zone. These flights are now referred to as the Phoenix flights, were actually witnessed in at least 5 other cities. What were these flights? Was it an alien contact? Tonight, we explore the Phoenix flights in the sky with Jeff Woolwine from Petroglyphsinthesky.com.
Jeff Woolwine, the first person to do this.
What you choose to believe about Jeff Woolwine and his petroglyph theories is entirely up to you. And whether he's a madman or a genius, I guess no one can say. What we can say is that ancient art is riddled with images of strange beings, wheels of fire, and flying shields in the sky.
Jeff Woolwine.
Hello, welcome Skywatchers. Welcome to the Petroglyphs in the Sky Ultimate UFO Show. I'm your host, Jeff Woolwine, and I've been under the weather these last few weeks, so my voice isn't quite up to par, and I hope we can get by this show. Okay, we got lots of great videos for you to show today. And, you know, I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were kind of going over UFOs. And when it come to things like, you know, UFOs in the past, and, you know, how there were tales on people seeing UFOs, you know, manuscripts, you know, Bibles, Dead Sea Scrolls, ancient scrolls that talk about, you know, things in the sky that these people apparently, you know, they didn't understand what they were. They called them angels at the time, and it just boggled my mind on, you know, why people don't understand why UFOs aren't real. You know, UFOs are here. They've been with us since the beginning of mankind. You know, it's interesting. The oceanographers, they find new species of life all over the planet. You know, to this day, it's what, 2012, the big year. We're all waiting for this 2012, and they're still looking, you know, they're still finding other species, especially in the oceans, of new life. So what's to say that this form of life that we have in the skies, you know, has always been here? Just like the oceanographers, this is another life form that has been with us since the beginning of time. You know, I went with the Roswell, and I've read other stories on UFOs and things like that, and it just didn't seem to match on what, you know, us Skywatchers, you know, people like you and me who actually see these things, but they don't actually qualify as what other people are trying to say as far as spaceships and little green men from Mars. But I think when we start reading some of these scrolls, like the Dead Sea Scrolls or even the Bible, you know, the Bible talks about UFOs, okay? When we look at Moses, okay, a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night led Moses and the Israelites out of Egypt. Now, a lot of scholars, they don't want to talk about this. You know, when Moses got up to the Red Sea, he put his staff up into the sky, and that thing in the sky went across Moses in the sky, went behind him, opened up the waters. Everybody went through. When they were all safe, that thing in the sky went right behind Moses again and closed up the waters on the Egyptians. So that's just another thing, you know, that people overlook, you know, that UFOs have been here. They're clearly in the Bible. When we read Genesis 6, it says the Nephilim came down. They came down. They were cast down onto earth. And it says that the people at that time worshiped these things as gods. Okay? I believe what we're seeing in the sky now is part of those things that are in biblical times. So these Phoenix lights, these lights we see in Tucson, Phoenix, all over the world, are the same type of species, same type of beings that were described in the Bible years ago. You know, this next video that we're going to show, in my studies, in my findings, in my investigations, there is so much proof, you know, that giants did walk the earth. You know, look at the pyramids in Egypt. Okay, now when we read some of the scrolls that were left out of the Bible, and I'm talking about Enoch. Enoch commanded, well, he was told, look, you know, God told Enoch there's going to be a flood coming. All right, what you need to do is you need to build a time capsule. Okay, so what we're about to see now is possible proof of a giant. Now, I don't know if this is, you know, real hard evidence or not, but I think it's something to look into. And this next video is from Michael Tellinger, and it's a footprint from Africa, and I think it's something significant. I don't know, you be the judge. Email me, let me know what you think, if this is real or if this is fake. Also, if you have, hope you enjoy.
We are at the famous site of the giant footprint, or the footprint of God, here near Paluzi in South Africa, very close to the Swaziland border. Now, this is one of the greatest examples of an ancient footprint, a giant footprint about 4 feet high in rough granite. It's between 200 million and 3 billion years old. That's what geologists will tell you. I'm going to just take you, if you follow me, up to the top, where it's imprinted against the side of the rock, which means it's been around for so long that the tectonic plates and the movements have actually pushed it up at the apex of this little outcrop. It's quite spectacular, so just walk with me and I'll show you. This is just beautiful. Look at this. There's the, you know, when you, there's the big toe and the other 4 toes down to the small toe, down to the heel. What's fascinating about this is anybody that does a study of this will notice this piece sticking out here. It's like when you put your foot in mud and you pull it out, your toes will lift up a little mud where your toes were, and that's exactly what seems to have happened here. This rough granite is just, it's pulled up this overhang here. It's spectacular. And I see that people have been visiting here because they've been leaving little coins here, which is wonderful. Maybe just come closer and show. This is a little closer. Okay. Well, I don't know who else has filmed this, but I think we'll put this up for everybody to see
where we want to really appreciate this is spectacular bit of human history. There were giants on Earth. So, Mr. Donner, what do you have to say about this?
It's amazing. I saw several pictures before. There were also some scientists here, like Professor James Hurtak, and they checked this footprint very carefully. And he said, and he told me also, that this is not done, artificial done. This is a real human footstep, and the size is about 120 centimeters, and the giant would be tall around 7.5 meters, and that gets a connection to the giant bones from Ecuador. This giant there also had the size of about 7.5 meters.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to ask you, there's obviously an exciting link between this footprint and the giants that you found in South America or in Ecuador.
That's right, yes.
Ground Control, this is the A-10 Warhawk flying over the city of Tucson, over. Yes, we've encountered an unidentified flying object hanging over the Mount Limit area, over. Request we contact the Petroglyphs in the Sky Ultimate UFO Show to find out what it is, over. 10-4, I'll continue to monitor, over.
Have you seen the Petroglyphs in the Sky Ultimate UFO Show? UFOs from around the world and around the country. Ancient rock art that shows UFOs has visited Earth long ago. Check out the Petroglyphs in the Sky Ultimate UFO Show. Tell your friends.
Okay, that was an interesting video. This next video that we're going to see is an interview with Jaime Maussan that I did for Mexico. Jaime Maussan came down to my house and did an interview with me to show a little bit of the rock art and the petroglyphs. Also, you can see the show on Cox Cable, channel 98, and also Comcast, channel 73. And you can also see the show on my website. So hope you enjoy Jaime Maussan and this interview.
Jeff Woolwine ha podido incluso desarrollar una relación entre la aparición de los objetos voladores no identificados, las llamadas oleadas de avistamientos y los solsticios y equinoccios. Caramba, es realmente muy interesante. Escuchemos la investigación con Fernando Correa.
I've been seeing UFOs for like 15 years now, and I just started to investigate them over the last 5 years.
Jeff Woolwine, vigilante de ovnis en Phoenix, Arizona, Estados Unidos, ha sido testigo de algunos de los avistamientos más extraordinarios de los últimos años. Objetos misteriosos que no corresponden con la estructura típica de los discos voladores, lo que Jeff clasifica como petroglifos en el cielo, por su parecido con los trazos milenarios que están plasmados en las piedras del desierto de Arizona, donde frecuentemente Jeff Woolwine investiga. El 10 de febrero del 2007 experimentó uno de los avistamientos más impresionantes. Woolwine meditaba en medio del desierto con las piedras. Relata que le hablaba a los petroglifos milenarios preguntándose de qué se trataban los avistamientos experimentados. Y ese mismo día, durante la tarde, avistaría a este extraño objeto definitivamente no identificado. Observe cómo el ovni tiene una protuberancia, una especie de cola en un extremo, un tipo de ovni que posiblemente nunca antes había sido documentado en video. Son múltiples los tipos de ovni que se relacionan con petroglifos y que han sido videograbados por Jeff Woolwine. Tercer Milenio visitó a Jeff en Arizona, donde Woolwine relató a Jaime Maussan que tiene la hipótesis de que esta clase de objetos posiblemente sean entidades biológicas, criaturas aéreas que se están presentando de nuevo en Phoenix porque se acerca el año 2012.
Well, this is another species of life above the ocean, on the ground here, that man hasn't seen in a very, very long time. And for some strange reason, over the last 15, 20 years, these things have really been coming out and presenting themselves to us, and it could have everything to do with the year 2012.
And you see a relation between Mexico City, especially, and Phoenix?
Absolutely, absolutely. With the rock art that I find up there and the stories that I found in the library, it talks about how the Mayans were here and how they brought their religion to Phoenix, Arizona, and they brought the spirits with them. Of course, I think the spirits were already here, but yes, the same things in Mexico are the same things here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Then when you see something happening in Mexico, you expect this is going to happen soon here.
Right, right. I've been noticing the massive fleets that you guys have been seeing out there, like thousands of them in the sky. Well, it's only a matter of time when Phoenix, Arizona is going to see something to that nature.
El 12 de abril del 2009 videograbó una especie de ebani, un objeto similar a los que frecuentemente han aparecido en la Ciudad de México. Observe cómo este ebani mantiene su posición tipo boomerang. El 19 de junio de 2009, Jeff logró videograbar una flotilla de objetos oscuros, ovnis misteriosos que atravesaron los cielos de Arizona. Recientemente, el 17 de marzo del 2010, Woolwine videograbó a este misterioso ovni que velozmente atravesó el cielo. Observe la forma extraña del objeto, así como su rapidez respecto a las nubes. Otro más de los misteriosos objetos videograbados por el vigilante Jeff Woolwine. Se trata de avistamientos extraordinarios realizados por un vigilante también extraordinario, el investigador de Arizona, Jeff Woolwine. Informó para Tercer Milenio, Fernando Correa.
Jeff Woolwine, otro de estos extraordinarios jóvenes observadores del cielo en la ciudad de Phoenix, en Arizona, ha podido no solamente captar estas imágenes, sino realizar su propia investigación hacia el pasado indígena de este lugar. Las relaciones que él ha encontrado son extraordinarias, dignas de tomarse en cuenta. Vea usted la investigación de Fernando Correa. Llegamos hasta el desierto en Arizona, hasta la ciudad de Mesa, muy cerca de Phoenix, donde vive Jeff Woolwine, uno de los cazadores de ovnis más destacados que hay en este lugar de los Estados Unidos. Él ha desarrollado una investigación no solamente en torno a los avistamientos de los objetos voladores no identificados, sino cuál es la relación que existe con todas las tradiciones nativas de los indios de este lugar, de los petroglifos y de todas las señales que vienen desde la antigüedad. Resulta por demás interesante escuchar a este joven aquí en Arizona, en los Estados Unidos.
I've been seeing UFOs for over 15 years now. They seem to be following me around, but ever since...
El investigador y cazador de ovnis, Jeff Woolwine, ha sido testigo de avistamientos sorprendentes. Sus investigaciones lo han llevado a relacionar la presencia en el desierto de Arizona de extraños objetos no identificados con avistamientos que posiblemente han acontecido durante milenios en esta región, donde vivieron los indios Hohokam, los Cocopa, los Apache, los Anasazi y, tal como lo refiere Jeff, también los mayas. De acuerdo a sus estudios, los petroglifos representarían los avistamientos que las tribus de Arizona habrían presenciado y registrado.
Hello, my name is Jeff Woolwine. Most of you recognize me from the UFO sightings I've been filming here in Phoenix, Arizona. Apparently, the real story of Phoenix, Arizona, not only the Hohokam were here, which means the people who are gone, the people who are missing, the Hohokam and the Mayans were here together.
Estos avistamientos son lo que Jeff Woolwine llama petroglifos en el cielo, objetos no identificados muy diferentes a los ovnis clásicos.
I've been seeing UFOs for many, many years now, and to be honest with you, I have not once seen an actual craft.
Objetos extraños que, de acuerdo a Woolwine, se aproximan a Phoenix por la energía tectónica de las montañas y se aparecen entre las fechas de los solsticios y los equinoccios.
They come and go from the mountains out here. And why is this? It's because of the fault lines. South Mountain, all the mountains around here were created by fault lines, and fault lines generate energy. And in studying this, it seems like there's ley lines. You're familiar with the ley lines and the energy lines, okay? Now, when the sun gets in the right positions between the equinoxes and the solstices, it opens up doorways in the sky and on the ground here, and that attracts these things. And they seem to be absorbing the energy here in Phoenix. This is the time to see the UFOs. The UFOs are here. When it gets close to the solstice, leaves the solstice, they start to come back. The UFOs are here. And then they seem to go away during the equinox, and then they'll start to slowly come back. It repeats itself. This is what I've learned over the last 2.5 years I've been tracking them.
Más de 10 años de avistamientos le han enseñado a Woolwine los periodos cuando se aproximan a Phoenix esta clase de objetos que llama petroglifos en el cielo, como el extraño ovni que Jeff avistó el 2 de febrero del 2005. Observe con atención cómo tiene una estructura singular, diferente a la mayoría de los ovnis. En una ocasión, Jeff Woolwine meditaba solo en medio del desierto con los petroglifos, preguntándose de qué se trataban tales avistamientos. Ese día se le apareció un impresionante ovni. Más adelante, todos los detalles.
Okay, that's a wrap. There's another Petroglyph in the Sky Ultimate UFO Show, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any sightings that you want to talk about, email me at my website, petroglyphsinthesky.com, and keep your eyes in the skies. Hope to see you next time. And we got a little bit more time, so thanks for joining us, and have a great day. Make sure you keep your eyes on the skies, have your cameras ready. You want to photograph these things, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Jeff Woolwine. Petroglyph in the Sky wishes to thank Tom Moreno, Captain Star Eagle from Cosmic Chronicles, Jim Rogers from The Cutting Edge Show, TheKevinSmithShow.com, Access Tucson, and viewers like you. Thank you. Until the next exciting episode, keep your eyes in the skies. You never know what you might see.